Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fandom Fights. We're in the Summer Series tournament of triple threat matches. Today, we got a round number 2 match for you. We got Robert Castner going up against Brew Moses, going up against Albert Wiradharma. This is match number 2 of round number 2. I'm looking forward to this one because we've got a bunch of title contending players here today, Nick. I'm looking forward to this. Your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, we are officially in the area of the tournament where there is not really such a thing as an upset anymore, Tim, because any one of these 3 players could win and any one of these 3 players could lose, and there would be no surprise from me.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree. Let's get into it, starting with the promos.
Now, Albert, match number 1, walk through with these. You're here playing against 2 guys who, all credit to them, they are great. You have had one of the greatest comebacks type stories and performances this league has ever seen, where you were in a retirement match, played your way up, became one of the most accurate and one of the most respected players in this game. I think today's no different. You will defy the odds. You will play against these players who might seem better than you on paper, but I know that you can do it.
Yeah, I'm ready for this. Haven't played them in a while, so this should be fun. So let's do it.
Let's do it.
If you think I don't have a manager, you're wrong. I just got back in from track practice. My body's on 10. I've gone at 50 miles an hour. I'm very excited. He's very excited. My manager is also actually here, but he's going to step in for now. Let's do this.
Very cute dog. Listen, these guys are great. They have done something that you are trying to do here, which is play for a singles title. And I think you are more than due. Unlike them, you have gotten it done in teams, but now it's time to do it in singles. I have the utmost confidence in you. How are you feeling?
The palms are sweaty, but you know what? That's a good sweat. Lubricates the brain, lubricates everything going down into the fingers to write, and that's all I need. That's all I need. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it done.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I don't like the word lubricate.
It's a little weird, yeah?
It's a little weird, but I appreciate the sentiment from all the players. I'm looking forward to this. Like I said, let's get into it, starting with round number 1. Nick, how is that going to work today?
Tim, did you see the dog? Round number 1 is going to work like this. There's going to be 10 questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. Amaru, here the dog. They're going to have 15 seconds to write down the answer. At the end of 15 seconds, we'll say pens down, at which point the players will reveal their answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece, and should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number 1, they would receive a bonus question. Each player will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Players, any questions as we get into round number 1?
Yes, Robert, are your knees weak and arms heavy?
I vomit spaghetti.
All right.
Your first question comes in the category of Middle Earth. In an unexpected journey, who kills Thorin's grandfather, Thror?
Starting off with some depressing events.
And some hard-to-say names. Thror. Yeah, better stuck to the roof of the mouth.
1, pens down. Let's go to Robert.
Azog.
Rue.
Azog.
And Albert.
Azog.
That is correct. 1 apiece. As we get into your next question in MCU. What is the full name of the agency commissioned by Stark Industries that shuts down Adrian's operation at the beginning of Spider-Man Homecoming?
Tim, I wanted to save some ink, so I abbreviated the names. We have Rob, Rue, and Al.
No shit.
I was thinking about writing Bert.
5,
Bert.
4,
Yeah.
Rob,
3,
Rue, and Bert.
2,
Repeat.
All right, that's going to be a repeat for Rue. Your question again. What is the full name of the agency commissioned by Stark Industries that shuts down Adrian's operation at the beginning of Spider-Man Homecoming?
I serviced some. I was helping someone whose name is Bert, but their full name is Robert, and then I realized, should I go by Bert now? I had
Wait,
that
you
moment.
could be Bert too. I was talking about this Bert.
Oh shit!
There's 2 birds.
That's creepy. I don't like it.
Oh snap!
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Rue.
Couldn't remember it. I said Project Impact.
Let's go to Albert.
I said Department of Damage Control.
And Robert.
I said damage control.
Nick?
We said full name. I think we need Department of Damage Control. The acronym's DODC.
Okay.
So we're going to go with that. And then if you have qualms, we can go from there.
Can I just bring Jake in, I guess, real quick, just to discuss?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, they say it like it's majority of the time referred to as damage control. I think they say Department of Damage Control once. I don't think they say like DODC
Is
ever.
it worth a challenge though?
I mean,
This early.
the way the question is worded, I'm guessing it was pretty clear they wanted the Department of, even though it's generally referred to as damage control.
All right. Well,
I'm guessing we would probably lose.
All right, let's skip it then. That's fine.
Okay. All right. We're going to move on to the next question then. I have Albert in the lead 2-1 for the other players.
Yep.
Okay. What's next?
Your third question comes in the category of American Spies. Who plays Kathy Muller, a medical student who helps Jack recover from his injury in Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit?
Do you know any Kathys?
Yeah.
I'm not Kirk's wife, Kathy.
Why not?
5. Have you
My
met her?
stepmother's name is Kathy.
I know, but
1.
I
Pens
also
down. Let's go to Albert.
Keira Knightley.
Robert.
Keira Knightley.
And Rue.
Keira Knightley.
Clean sweep. Your next question is going to come from the category of Star Trek. In Star Trek Generations, who is in command of the Enterprise as it crashes onto the surface of Viridian 3? Cool planet name.
yeah.
Bucky agrees. And I forgot to mention, I did not see that. I was making the wheel when the dog appeared, but I will go back and look because I do
I
love
figured,
a good
yeah,
dog.
it's worth it. Worth a look.
I love a good dog, though. 5,
Great.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We're going to go to Robert.
I said Riker.
Rue.
Riker.
And Albert.
Riker.
All are correct. Albert maintains his 1-point lead. What's next?
Next question comes in the category of YA. Which YA film features a location simply called The Last City?
Did you see the film The Lost City?
No, with the Channing and
Yeah.
and the, was it Julia or was it
It
Sandra?
was Sandra.
I get those two confused.
I enjoyed it. Thought it was fun. Came out like a year ago, which is weird to think. 5, 4,
Did they find it?
2. Yes. 1. Pens down. Rue.
I said Maze Runner: The Death Cure.
Let's go to Albert
Maze Runner: The Death Cure.
and Robert.
I said Maze Runner to death.
Yep, all are correct. All right, your next question is going to come from the category of Star Wars. In Solo, Han originally joins the Empire's army in hopes of getting what job? You
Has
like
your shadow ever been recruited?
Ooh, no. 5, 4,
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to, I don't remember where we are. So Albert.
Pilot.
Robert.
Pilot, Navy pilot.
And Rue.
I also said pilot.
Pilot is correct. All right, what's next, Nick?
Your next question comes in the category of Planet of the Apes. What is the name of the ape who sells humans in Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes?
Oh my gosh. This fucking movie.
Yeah,
I just watched it today. So.
gross.
Not a fan.
What a
Not
bad
a
day
fan.
no.
you had. What a bad day you had.
I did.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Albert.
Oh god, I just looked this up. I said Galileo.
Robert.
Limbo.
And Rue.
Limbo.
And we have a tie game across the board. It is 6-all as we get into your next question in the category of Law and Order. Who cameos as triad negotiator Hua Sing Chu in Uncle Benny Chan's Chinatown restaurant in Lethal Weapon 4?
Nice. A lot of prepositions there.
Yeah.
the restaurant
I like
in
this.
Chinatown, owned by Benny Chan, who is an uncle.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Rue.
So Jet Li.
Albert.
Nothing.
And Robert.
Didn't understand the question. I said Kenneth Choi.
Jet Li is correct.
Okay.
So Rue will now take a 1-point lead over everyone. It is 7-6. What's next, Nick?
Your penultimate question comes in the category of the worlds of DC. How does the liquid that Clark's body is in become supercharged the moment the Mother Box touches it in order to bring him back to life in Justice League? We'll take a somewhat general.
The macaw is stressed. What is up? Would you like my phone? Because I also actually I don't know where my phone. Oh, my phone's over there too. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Albert.
The Flash charges it with his super speed.
Let's go to Robert.
Said the Flash generates it from Speed Force use.
And Rue.
I said the Flash supercharges it.
We can accept all those answers. That is correct. So your final question in this round is in the category of fandom quotes. And your question is, which film in the Alien franchise features the quote, "This is rumor control. Here are the facts"? Hate rumors.
You like facts?
I do like facts. Yeah, that's what we do here.
Do you prefer facts to like phone calls? Like someone just faxes you? Something?
Yeah, I do miss the fax machine. That's fair. 5, 4, 3.
It's like a printer, but you're just printing it somewhere else.
Hands down. Let's go to Robert.
Aliens.
Let's go to Rue.
Some like to call it Alien Cubed. Alien 3.
Let's go to Albert.
I said aliens.
Alien 3 is correct. So Rue ends the round in the lead. Nick, I have Rue up 9 to Albert and Robert 7.
That's what I have too, Tim.
Okay. So we're going to get into round number 2. It's the wheel round. How's that going to work, Nick?
Round number 2 is going to work like this. It's the wheel round. We have a wheel with 10 fandom categories on it. No spinners or opponent's choice, as it is a multi-person match. Each player will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they keep it. If not, they could choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. You'll get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you like check down to multiple choice, in which case it'll only be worth 1. And be on the lookout as stealing is available via whiteboards in round number 2. Tim, what's on the wheel today?
On the wheel today is horror icons, fandom quotes, worlds of DC, sci-fi icons, Star Trek, MCU, Wizarding World, Pixar, Disney Animation, and Planet of the Apes. No spinners or opponent's choice, as it is a multi-person match. Rue, you are in the lead. Manager, should I bring you in? Okay. You want to spin
We're
first?
deferring anyways, so it's fine.
Yes, we are different.
Bye.
Okay. So then we'll move over to Robert, as him and Albert are tied, but he is higher seated. Robert, would you like to spin or defer to Albert?
Probably defer.
Yeah, I know we talked about this. I think, we'll defer here.
We'll defer as well.
Okay. So then we will bring in Holtzman, and this will be the spin for Mr. Wiradharma. It lands on Disney Animation.
We talked about this earlier. How are you feeling?
I kind of just want to spin again.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we'll spin again.
Okay.
Okay. This is what you're going to be stuck with, Albert.
Mm-hmm.
Lands on Pixar.
Okay.
You got this.
All right.
All right, Nick, will you please read Albert his questions in the category of Pixar?
Gladly, Albert, are you prepared for your questions in the category of Pixar?
Sure.
Your first question. Which Pixar film features a small remote control vehicle disguised as a skunk?
Toy Story 4.
That's correct. 2 points. Your second question. Who voices Princess Ada in A Bug's Life?
Multiple choice.
All right, you want the choice options are: is it A, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, B, Haley Atwell, C, Denise Richards, or D, Halle Berry?
A.
A is correct for 1 point. Your third question. In Lightyear, how many years pass on the planet during Buzz's first hyperspace test flight?
Multiple choice, please.
Okay, your multiple choice options are: is it A2, B4, C5, D8?
Four.
That is correct for 1 point. Albert, your penultimate question.
Mhm.
In Ratatouille, during Ego's visit to Gusteau's, the rats store Skinner and another man tied up in the closet. What was that man's profession?
Health inspector.
That is correct for 2 points. And Albert, your final question. In Inside Out, who begins changing the way Riley feels about her core memories by touching them?
Sadness.
That is correct for 2 points and a sweep of Pixar.
Yep. So Albert gets his total up to 15.
That's what I have.
Okay, so we'll bring back the wheel and Mr. Newberry. Rue, are you spinning or deferring?
Still
gonna
defer.
defer. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll bring in Mr. Meltzer. This will be the spin for Mr. Castner.
Defer.
Good.
No. Okay.
This is when we wanted to go, remember?
Yeah, that's true.
And it lands on Star Trek.
Oh,
The middle one.
yeah, it's a middle one. There's a few on here that I think you can do even better. And considering the caliber of both these players, I think we got to shoot.
Yeah,
for
but there's
them.
also a couple that if I hit, I'm kind of sunk.
Yeah, well, like this can sometimes
So-
be a game of chance. So
So-
I think it's worth the risk.
All right, we'll spin again.
Yeah.
All right, this is what you are going to be stuck with. And it lands on the Wizarding World.
Awesome. You got this.
All right, Robert, I will be giving you your questions in the category of the Wizarding World. Are you ready?
Sure.
First question. Which Wizarding World film features the main character throwing a rock in order to distract a monster that can't see?
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
That is correct. For 2 points. Your next question. Oh, hang on one sec. Actually, I gave the points on the wrong person on my board, so I just
No, stop trying to hamstring me, Tim.
He's at 9 then, right, Nick?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure. Okay. Robert, your next question. Harry Melling plays which non-magic Wizarding World character?
Dudley.
That is correct for 2 points. To Robert. All right, your next question, Robert. What specifically does Snape have Harry take from him that contains his memories as he dies in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2?
His tear.
That is correct for 2 points. I'm so
Sorry.
sorry for my terrible.
It's like there just kept being another pause.
Yeah. Okay. Your penultimate question, Robert. What is the name of the sweet shop in Hogsmeade where the secret passage lets out in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban?
Honeydukes.
That is correct for 2 more points. And a tie with Albert. And your final question, Robert. Who tells Harry to go take potions during his free period and to take Ron with him in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince?
Professor McGonagall.
He looks way too happy. Yes, that's
Yep.
correct. For 2 points. Robert getting his total up to 17. Is that what you have, Nick?
That's what I have, Tim.
Okay, we'll bring back the wheel and Mr. Newberry.
Can y'all wait a second? I want to make sure my computer doesn't die.
Yes.
Oh, I was.
All right, so this is going to be the spin for Rue. And it is a free spin. And it is a free spin.
Can we get 5 more new questions?
And it lands on MCU.
Feel like we should take this.
Yeah, we have to take
Make
this,
sure.
I think.
Yeah.
Just play it
Yeah,
smart. If
Yep.
you can sweep, you got a 2-point lead, so do it.
Let's go.
All right. Nick, will you please read Rue his questions in the MCU?
Gladly. Rue, are you prepared for your questions in the category of the MCU?
Let's do this.
Your first question. Which MCU film features the locations Vanaheim and Svartalfheim?
Thor: The Dark World.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Who plays Talos in Captain Marvel?
Ben Mendelsohn.
That is correct. 2 points. Your third question. Who causes the malfunction of 2 different engine turbines during the attack on the helicarrier in The Avengers?
Hawkeye.
That is correct for 2 points. Your penultimate question. In Iron Man 3, Tony creates makeshift bombs that he uses in Miami using what specifically as the casing that he bought from the department store?
Five, 4, 3.
Christmas ornaments.
That is correct for 2 points. And Rue, your final question. At the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, after everyone has forgotten who Peter is, Peter encounters Happy at what specific location?
Aunt May's grave.
That is correct for 2 more points and a clean sweep of the MCU.
All right, so it is literally a 2-point game in the most way possible. It is 19 to 17 to 15. So we're going to get into round number 3. Nick, how is that going to work?
Round number 3 is going to work like this. It is the betting round. We have 5 more questions in the realm of fandom fights. Once the players hear the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated, until everyone's mathematically eliminated, or we have reached the end of the match. Players, any questions as we get in round number 3?
No.
Away, Tim.
All right, the first category you can bet points on is Star Trek. Let's get bets, starting with Robert.
Dose.
Rue.
Ditto.
And Albert.
2.
All right, your question in the category of Star Trek. Who pretends to be a professor in order to get the materials needed for the whale tank from the plastic company in Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home? You like whales, Nick?
Thank you. Come back.
On 5, 4, 2, 1. Pens down. Robert.
Is it Scotty?
Rue.
Scotty.
And Albert.
Scotty.
Scotty is correct. So 17 to 19 to 21. What's the next category, Nick?
Next category you can bet points on is the Worlds of DC.
Let's get back starting with Rue.
2.
Albert.
2.
And Robert.
Dry, I think is how you say it in German.
Sure. Nick, what's the question?
Your question is, in Shazam, what does Billy throw away in the bathroom that is later found by Pedro?
Pedro. Yeah. Remember earlier when I said that I like facts?
Yeah, what about it?
And then you made a joke about facts like FAX. That was funny. 5.
Oh, thank you, Tim.
2.
Repeat the question.
All right, that's going to be Rue's repeat.
Second repeat.
Yes.
Question again. In Shazam, what does Billy throw away in the bathroom that is later found by Pedro?
So in 22 minutes, I'm going to be taking a infant care class. I told Maggie that I could just like hang out with Robert for a bit and he could teach me some stuff, and she said no.
What? Oh.
She said we have
I
to
learned
spend
so
money. Spend money on this class.
I could teach you stuff, Tim.
3, 2,
Hold them up.
1. Pens down, Rue. Let's go to Rue.
His notebook.
Let's go to Albert
I said his book / list of names to find his mom.
and Robert.
I just said his notebook.
We can accept all those answers. So Robert goes up to 21, Rue goes up to 23, and Albert is at 19, which means, Nick, we have a 23-19.
Kinda.
23-19. We have a 23-19.
Jake.
Also, Jake wants to come in.
Okay.
I hate to be that guy, but considering who I'm arguing against, are we sure Rue got it down in time?
You'd have to challenge. We called it as yes, so you'd have to challenge for us to go back and look at it.
Do you want to? I mean, it's worth it, frankly. If you
I
want
think it's worth it. Like, I think it's worth looking back at the tape. That
All right.
I don't think he got his answer down quite in time. You said that.
Okay. We'll be right back after this challenge. All right, back from the challenge. Nick and I both reviewed the tape. We both agreed that Rue got his answer in time. And so it's still a 2-point game across the board. Rue is at 23. Robert's at 21. Albert's at 19. But Robert does lose his challenge. And then, Nick, just for more housekeeping, I believe Rue has 1 repeat left, but Albert and Robert have all 3.
Correct.
Perfect. Okay, the next category that you guys can bet points on is going to be the Wizarding World. Let's get bets, starting with Albert.
2.
Okay, and Robert?
Dear.
And Rue.
2.
All right. Your question in the category of the Wizarding World. In Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, what is the name of the object that Dumbledore leaves in his will for Ron? Maggie left the house to go get us dinner.
Nice.
Bucky is very upset about this.
I don't blame him.
Very upset.
How dare she?
5,
You should get a
4,
garden
3,
in your house.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Albert.
Deluminator.
Let's go to Robert.
Deluminator.
And Rue.
Deluminator.
All are correct. So standing is still where it is, 25-23 to 21. Nick, what's the penultimate category?
Penultimate category you can get points on is Planet of the Apes.
Let's get bets, starting with Robert.
2.
Rue.
2.
And Albert.
2.
All right. What is the question, Nick?
The question is simply, who directed Beneath the Planet of the Apes? It's a slobber knocker, Tim.
Yeah. We thought it would be.
Not to begrudge or like try to jump the shark, but I'm looking forward to when you say quotes is the last category, and then we all have to fucking like sit here. with
You
our thumbs
know
up.
nothing, Robert Castner.
I don't. I'm
4,
just saying it because
3,
that's what I picture in
2,
my mind.
1. Pens down. Let's go to Robert.
Ted Post.
Let's go to Rue.
Ted Post.
And let's go to Albert.
Ted Post.
All are correct. Nick, a slobber
Can I say
knocker
it?
indeed. Rue is 27, Robert's 25, and Albert has 23. 2 points across the board. And the final category is no shit fandom quotes.
Fucking A. God damn it.
This is a cruel twist of fate. Let's go with Rue first. Rue, what are you betting?
This is going to be a match. 0.
Albert.
2.
And Robert.
Gotta. 2.
Great. Love having my heart out here in 11 minutes. Okay. So your category your question in the category of fandom quotes is, which MCU film features the quote, "We're both upside down"? You like upside down cake?
Sometimes.
Do you like being upside down?
On occasion.
Do you like the color? I don't know. Blue. I have a blue marker. 5, 4, 3. I'm trying to break the silence. 1. All right, that's going to be Robert's first repeat. Your question again. Which MCU film features the quote, "We're both upside down"?
Have you? So what you just did is kind of like if I on the last question I was like, "Have you ever been beneath a planet?" And you were like, "No." And I said, "Have you ever met an ape?" And you were like, "No." And then my third question was just like, "You like ham?"
I do. 5,
Right.
4, 3, 2,
Repeat.
1. All right, that's going to be Robert's second repeat. Which MCU film features the quote, "We're both upside down"?
Upside down. Can't be found.
I like that song too. It's my favorite Jack Johnson song.
It's a good one.
What's going on? Oh, my black marker. We lost it the other night. 5, 4,
Where was it just found?
2,
Repeat.
1. All right, that's going to be Robert's final repeat. Which MCU film features the quote, "We're both upside down"?
Lots of things happening, Tim.
Yes, I'm scared. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and for dramatic purposes, we're going to start with Rue.
After listing as many as I could think of, I went Thor: Love and Thunder.
Let's go to Albert
I put Black Widow.
and Robert.
It's at Spider-Man: Homecoming.
And your winner, Rue Moses. And the correct answer was Black Widow, which puts Albert in second place. Wow. So Rue ending with 27 points, betting 0 on that question. Robert missing it, going down to 23, and Albert getting it correct puts him at 25 for a first, second, third. That was insane, Nick.
Yeah,
Holy
that was
shit.
wild. Like I said, we shouldn't be surprised. And even on the last question, we probably shouldn't have been surprised who would come out the winner. And who, like, there was such a small divide between these three guys the entire time. Like I said, I think they're all on the same level. They're all on title contention level. And they'll get other chances for sure. But for now, Rue moves on. And the other two shouldn't hang their head. I know they probably both will. But like I said, they played lights out.
Yeah. All right, let's start post-match interviews, starting with Robert.
Rough ending, Robert. Like I said, there was no room for error in either direction, and you found yourself right in the middle that whole time. So I imagine there was a bit of extra pressure on you, not only to try and catch Rue, but also to stay away from Albert. The other two really only had one goal. You were sort of balancing two at the end. And you called it from an unfortunate mile away what the last category would be and how it would go. So it is unfortunate, but like I said, you played lights out. You did fantastic. How are you feeling about the match? I know there's probably some not great feelings right now, but what are they?
No, I feel like crap. Because I watched that movie a few times, but I can't. I was trying to think of all MCU movies and the 3 repeats, and you're right. I honestly thought Albert might try to use a repeat, but I guess you're right because he didn't have to, because he either knew it or because he didn't have to play for anything because he wasn't going to win. So the pressure was on me, and I crumbled, unfortunately. So it's not uncommon. I do that sometimes, and I did it at the worst possible time. So that's great.
You didn't crumble. It's the cruelest twist of fate that you could possibly imagine. Because if it's any other category, I mean, who knows? I mean, I was hoping, for being real, I was hoping for a couple specific categories that were very much not fan quotes. Because, like, even if Rue would have bet, I mean, I think there were a couple categories you would have been stronger in. And that's the reason why I threw the challenge. Because, like, I knew I was not counting on Rue missing. So I was just like, we need to claw and fight for everything we can get. And at least the damage control thing would not have mattered. And it just goes to show, like, after that, I was like, okay, like, Robert's going to beat himself up after that going into round 2. But you just turn right around and you just go 10 for 10 like it's nothing. And you hit every other question in round 3 like it was nothing.
Yep.
I think you show this is incredibly misleading. The fact that you came in 3rd, and it just goes to show the level of competition here, because like we said before the match, both of these guys have played for the singles belt, and while it may not be your time now, I think it will be your time soon. You've already have played for the team's title this year. I think you're going to play. I think this is going to happen. And listen, and we're going to bounce back from this. You're still, I think, one of the truly elite players, but you know what? So are they. Hats off to them. Hats off to Rue, especially. This is just a really,
Albert for hitting that last question.
it's a really incredible story, like with Rue coming back from being gone for so long, so many new categories, and it's like he's better than he ever was.
Yeah.
And it's really incredible. I give him all of the credit in the world. I may say some things about some of his challenging practices, but he really is an incredible player, and Albert is too. And
I think Robert is as well. And Robert, we will see you back again this year. This will not be your final chance making it to round 2, especially in this creative performance. We will see you soon. This is bringing our 2nd place finisher at the buzzer, Albert. Albert, like I said, you had one goal in round 3, and it was to catch the 2 in front of you, even though they weren't that far ahead. And it happened at the last second, but you did. You escaped by out of this one without a win, without a loss. You exit the tournament in a positive record. So that's something. There's something good to be said about that, and we'll also definitely see you post-tournament for another chance at the title. If anything, maybe this tournament for you was just a warm-up. But how are you feeling about the match today? You hung in with 2 juggernauts, and you came out looking pretty good.
Yeah, tough competition, definitely. I knew that from the very beginning that I need to have a strong start. But then, 3 misses in round 1, I think. Several misses in round 1, but there's like several that I should have hit, like the limbo question. I literally looked it up before the match, but I just blanked. As well as I almost wrote down Jet Li, I didn't, as well as using multiple choice in round 2. So it's like those small stuff. But at the end of the day, that last question, I can picture Florence Pugh in the scene for some reason. I don't even know if Florence Pugh said it or if someone, but I could picture it.
They say it twice. They say it as kids, and then Florence Pugh says it later. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that was like, okay, I can picture that. So I wrote Black Widow. And I wasn't going to win, so I didn't use the repeat. There was a reason, Robert, if you're wondering. But yeah, that it is what it is.
Yeah. Boatman, any quick thoughts?
Yeah, no, Albert, beforehand we talked about it, and he was saying he was a little wary of Disney and Pixar, especially because those questions can get pretty deep and there's so many movies. And when Disney came up, we were like, oh, well, let's try that again. And then Pixar came up and we're like, well, that is a category that is as good in our discussion as Disney was. But he worked his way through it. But then the other guys, they both cleared their round 2 categories. And so we knew we had some catching up to do. And then just every category was one where we knew they were betting 2. We knew we were betting 2. And then that final question, everyone either has or knows somebody in this game who has been absolutely destroyed by the menace known as Fandom quotes. And Albert luckily was able to pull that out. And as much as he didn't win, he doesn't get the loss. He's in a better position moving forwards. And I'm still very proud of the game that he played today.
Absolutely. So, Albert, congratulations. We will see you in singles again post-summer, and we'll see you again in another thing this summer that you already know about, but not to spoil it as we bring in our wins today. Maru playing on fire. He missed 2 questions the whole time. After that damage control slip-up, I didn't even realize. I was like, because Robert and Albert were sort of leading the whole round 1, and then as they missed 1 or missed 2, I was like, oh my God, Amaru hasn't missed since that first question. So Jesus. And then you didn't miss again until the final question, which you didn't bet on. It was a smart strategic move. And you're playing on fire. You're going to the finals of this tournament. This could have been the finals in my personal opinion. This match in itself was pretty crazy. So how are you feeling about this match and going on to your first tournament finals?
I am very, very happy that my my matchly, weekly, whatever word goes in there, I blank every match. Get that out the way and then move on. I'm glad that happened very early on. Secondly, Robert, you are amazing, sir. Albert, you are amazing, sir. This was a match and a half. I don't think I've ever played either of them in singles. So I feel good. I feel really good. And it's going to continue to be the same thing. If I mess something up, I just keep going. I plan on y'all being bored with a title match because I plan on going up against Brittany.
I just want to say a few things. One, last match when Robert replaced Ryan, I was petty and awful because I tried to challenge something on the board, and it happened today. So I just say, have it both ways or don't have it at all. I don't care. People call me the New York Yankees because I keep grabbing talent and taking them to the finals. No, I'm just better at strategy than most. So, and Rue will be back in that title match. One of the two will be. I'm hoping Tyler gets there. I'm hoping now Rue is there. Whoever ends up in there will be playing Brittany, and it's going to stay inside our faction, stay inside New York, because, hey, we're pretty good at fandom.
Sounds good. Guys, we'll leave it on that. Congratulations, Rue. We'll see you in the finals. It's going to be some interesting stuff. I took myself out. Hello, Tim.
Hey.
Got any
I gotta go. This was an incredible match. Seriously, from all the players, this was incredible. So thank you to the players. Thank you to the managers. Thank you to Nick for writing. I've been Tim. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, have a good one.
And again, that's the hero gig. Part of the journey is the end.
Goodbye, old friend.
Kitty has to go.